Coach, first experience, everyone good?
Yeah.
First experience with the wagon wheel, I guess before we go X's and O's and all that good stuff, what was your takeaway from the atmosphere?
It was a great atmosphere. I think it's a really good rivalry. I think it's for the schools to be so close. You can tell it means a lot to both Eastern New Mexico and us here in West Texas.
In terms of the X's and O's, I mean, they ran basically twice as many plays as you guys did. What was the number that sticks out to you about the game?
38 rushing yards. We didn't run the football. We didn't control. We had a lot of 3 and outs, and that was the difference in the game. We knew what they were going to do. We knew that we were going to have to get them in long drives. We knew they were going to have 12 to 14, 15 play drives. We just said we can't let them in the end zone, and we did that. But we didn't get what we needed productively from our offense, and we're working on that, and we'll get better at that.
Talk about your defensive performance, because like you said, of course, they took that away at the end of the fourth quarter. But the first 3 quarters, you guys went toe-to-toe with them the whole way. You had the big stop on downs right before it at the half to get any points. Just talk about your defense.
I thought they played hard. I thought it was the hardest they played all year. They knew the challenge. They knew the discipline that they had to have. They knew exactly how we were going to approach that. And I thought they did a great job of being where they were supposed to be. And you could tell we got winded, got tired, and we started missing some tackles. We started leaving our feet. Their first touchdown after the interception, we've got them wrapped up, and we just don't finish. And that's part of being on the field for 40 minutes. And we took the ball to start the game because we wanted to limit possessions, and we didn't want them to start with an 8-minute drive. And we want our offense to get things going. And defensively, I can't say enough about the way and how hard the kids played. I'm very proud of them for that. And it seems like we can't put a full game together, offense and defense. The week before, our offense did really well and performed very well, and this week our defense performed very well. And if we can put it together, I think we'll be okay.
Anything we see different offensively this week with Skylar healthy or running backs or anything like that?
We'll see the same we got.
Okay.
So what needs to change then? Can you pinpoint? I mean, is it just a matter of execution at this point?
I think it's a matter of execution. I think it's a matter of, I went in the film room with Coach McDonough yesterday, and a play that we ran in practice, got the same look in practice, the same exact play, and in practice we do the right thing, and then come game time we just freeze, and we don't do the same thing that we practiced, and that's the frustrating part. I think guys are trying to take the game and try to win it themselves when you can't let the game come to you. And that's one thing I'm trying to preach to these guys. If all 11 guys do their job, the opportunity is going to come. And when those opportunities come, take advantage of them. But you can't go out and try to win the game on your own. You got to use the help of the other 10 guys on the field.
How do you think the fact that you have a lot of young guys on the team kind of correlates to that big game mentality, trying to switch it up?
It's a learning process. I tell them you get 11 opportunities, so every game should be a big game. It doesn't matter who the opponent is. You only got 11 opportunities to go out there and play, and you got to take advantage of those opportunities.
How do you rebound from this going into game 4 next week?
Oh, it's refocus. I try to tell the guys this morning. The sun came up. It's not, the season's not over. This is the true test of who you are, is how you respond. And sure, it was a tough loss, and sure we didn't play well. We got to go in there and finish. And I basically said at the beginning of practice this morning, you got 2 options. You can, put your head between your, legs and run away, or you can step up and let's get something done here this week.
What kind of team in Kingsville will you face?
Athletic, very multiple on offense, very good defensively, especially in the front 7. They'll probably load the box and dare us to run the ball again, and until Justin can come out and prove that he can throw the ball consistently. Our receivers can prove they can go out and run good routes and be consistent in catching the ball. That's what I expect out of everybody. But they'll be ready to play. I know Coach Wilk, and I know the type of program he runs, and I got a lot of great respect for him. Worked with him for a couple of years when at Pueblo, and it ought to be a fun, interesting game for us.
Talk about their offense a little bit. What do you know about it? It seems like they've had trouble putting the ball in the end zone, but they get a lot of yards.
I think they've had issues at quarterback. And they're getting settled there. They've got really good tight ends. They'll play 2 or 3 tight ends that are really special. And very multiple. They're getting a lot of different sets, a lot of formations. And it's not really gadgetry or trick plays that they do, but they'll get the receivers involved in the run game, run a jet sweep, and then hand the ball off, fake the jet sweep and give it to their talented running backs coming up inside. So we got our hands full.
It feels like Junior and Jaquarius are mismatches on paper at least. Is there incentive to get them more involved in the game?
Yeah, absolutely. The problem is we've got to get them more involved in the run game, and they have to get more involved in the run game. They have to be more physical at the point of attack. Every guy that's a receiver, running back, or tight end wants the football, but they have to be able to do the little things. And we're getting better at that. We're just not consistent in those aspects. And the better we run, the more opportunity it's going to give the tight end to catch the ball and get downfield.
Talk about your special teams play. You guys pinned them deep a couple times and came up with a huge block punt that got you started there in the game.
I thought John Cummings punting the ball was great. I thought that when we had Junior in there, it was my fault on that. We knew what we were going to do, and we did not want to fake that punt. We wanted to set it up and rugby kick it, but I didn't tell him make sure you kick it, and so he took the ball and tried to make something happen, which I don't mind a guy trying to make something happen. That's not a problem. But I should have been more stern and said, you kick this ball so we can set something up for the future. But John kicked the ball very well. Pinned them deep. And again, in that type of game, the longer they have to drive, the more opportunities that they have to make a mistake. And that helped us because they had some penalties and knocking back some. The block punt, we've been working on that and trying to get our guys to come tight to the shield, and felt like that their snap to punter timing was a little late, and thought we got a shot, and of course we got the first one. So